Hey guys, my name is Cameron, and today I'm going to be doing Jaden, my sister's boyfriend's hair, and I'm going to show her how to cut it because I'm moving away, and she needs to know how to do it herself. So, come on, Jaden.
You don't have to
introduce yourself.
I'm Jaden. I'm my sister's boyfriend.
Come in.
This is Elly. They know me, Cameron.
Oh yeah.
The 20 people who view this know me.
Okay, so I'm pretty much just going to cut his hair, and I'm going to show Ellie how to do it, and this video is literally for Ellie to be able to look back on it and be like, what did she do again? And then she'll know what I did.
And then we'll just mess up and then she'll shave it all off.
Yeah. So this is his hair before. It gets like really long. Like we do a specific cut with it, but we always let it grow out a lot. First things first. So these are the shears that I have. I just have regular shears. I have some thinning shears, and then I have just a razor that I do some layers with, and then a comb, and she just ran to fill up my water. Okay, so the first thing you do is you just wet the hair.
I have a hair tie. You see this too? That works.
I don't know if I like learned this haircut in hair school or if I just like made this up, but I literally do this haircut on so many different hair types, and I love how it turns out. The first thing you gotta do for this haircut is section off this top section. I usually do from like right here and right here. And try to make sure it's pretty even and it's like a horseshoe shape. Are you watching?
No. I'm just looking very intently. Hi guys, welcome to Cameron's YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Can you show them like a close-up of that? Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure it's like evenly coated in water, because if the bottom's dry and the top's wet, then it's gonna cut at different lengths. If it starts drying while you're cutting, you need to like keep wetting it. So hopefully you have a good spray bottle. Mom has a good one. First thing I do is I start on like right here in front of the ear. I take this section with my comb and my shears. I pull it out to about right there, and I just chop it off. And this is mostly
Are you just
bulk
eyeing
cutting.
it?
Yeah, I eye it, which is not good for you.
I Captain. What's not good for me?
Yeah, because I don't know how you're gonna do that.
I'm genius. I know what measurements are like.
I'm gonna have you do this other side.
No, it's gonna
You
look
better
so
be watching.
bad.
Come over here. So I pulled this whole first side. Do you see from like, it's like from here to the ear. I grabbed it, I came like this, and I just chopped it straight up like that.
Yeah, I saw that part. I'm just scared about the measuring part.
How short do we usually go on the sides? Do we go pretty short around
Yeah,
your ears?
pretty short.
So I'm gonna go a little shorter than this. And now I kind of am angling my fingers so that this part of my finger is closer to the head than this part. So it's kind of like I'm cutting at an angle.
So longer at the top and shorter
Longer at the top. Yeah. Make sure you get all of the hair because like I missed a little section right here. So I'm gonna go back in and cut again. And then I kind of try to see how it's laying. And then these pieces over here, I try to cut shorter because they're closer to his head,
Mm-hmm.
like his face. And so like they're gonna flick out towards his face and look kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And same with down here. I usually try to like give it a clean cut right there because everybody always wants that. It makes it look like you actually just got a haircut. Then you see how it's kind of like hitting his ears? You want to kind of cut up and around his ears.
Okay. This seems like the most difficult part.
But
Right
don't cut
around
his
the
ear. That part is a little sketch. So, gives him kind of like a nicer cut look. I don't want to go in with like an actual, I don't want to go in with those clippers because I don't want that look. We want kind of more of like a sheer look. That's how it looks. It looks best on him and the haircut that we're going for.
Especially with the curls coming in.
Then from that side, from where we just cut to like about right here, so about the same size of a section, I take this and I cut it a lot longer, but I still do kind of an angle, so it's longer on the top and shorter on the bottom. Make sure I get it all, and then it'll kind of just start to slowly get longer. I probably will go back and cut that piece shorter, but from there you cut longer to the back, and then once you get to like about right here, this will all be the same section. This entire section will be the same length. So it starts to kind of get longer until you're back here. Right here, it's not blending well into that, so I'm gonna kind of take this section and cut more off.
It's just like a
to try to
make things
get
look
it
pretty vibe.
Yeah, because his hair is curly, it's less about like perfect lines, where you do want perfect lines, but with you cutting the hair, I don't know if you're gonna be able to get that with not having any training in hair.
And plus his hair will curl and you can't really tell.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say, was that his hair curls. So like right here, you can see like kind of was going over his ear. So I kind of just took the section that was going over his ear, and I'm gonna cut kind of like angled. And then it shouldn't go over his ear. And then I need to keep cutting down. So what I do is the section that I just cut, I keep that section and I add it to another section of hair, so that, can you see where that hair is cut right there? And then the rest of it, you cut the hair at that exact section that you just cut. So it's like a guide. So now you know that this is gonna be the same length as this section. So you kind of continue that. You grab the section, you can see that shorter hair. If you lose the section, go back. Don't just guess. So now, like all of that is the same length now. And this bottom part I haven't been cutting because it's too far down. So I'll go back down and go back through the bottom. But currently I'm just cutting the top half. So then, can you come over this way, Lou? So then this part has all been cut. So I take a little more that I want and then some of the guide, and I pull this hair up. You can see the guide right there. And I just cut, following that guide exactly. Like that.
Nice.
So I'm gonna leave this section over here for you. This bottom part, you just take this to this, and you kind of just take where the guide is and just cut where that guide is. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Try not to miss any pieces. You might have to comb back through, try again. You might find some longer pieces that you didn't get the first time. And then do the same thing. Just take the guide, and just cut it off, following into that guide, so that they link up and there's not like weird chunks. The problem with his hair is, since it's curly, I don't know why I like to do this on him, but I kind of take his little bottom part a little shorter. So I'll take it and kind of just,
because it looks almost like a little,
it looks better that way for him. Same with the corner. This corner piece, I always kind of chop the corner off so it's more rounded.
mm-hmm.
Same with like right there, I just keep the corner going.
You're
up
just like
until it's
shaping.
rounding it. Yeah, this is more based on the shape of his curls. Sometimes I do this on people, sometimes I don't do it on people. So like you kind of want it. I do like more of a rounded curl for him. And then yeah. So that's how I do that side. I mean, like, there'll be times where I'll go through and, like, I'm gonna add, like, layers and all that stuff, but for now, I'm gonna have you do exactly what I just did on this side. I'm gonna literally, like, walk you through all of it, so I'm not gonna have you just do it by yourself completely.
You missed this entire side.
It's kind of crazy how much longer it is on that side.
Are you excited or are you nervous?
I think you can do it.
Okay,
Let's do your
I'm gonna
eyebrows.
show you how to hold the scissors. You hold these scissors like this, you take this ring finger, I guess, and put it through this hole right here, and then you thumb right here, this middle finger right here, and this little notch right there, pointer finger right here, your pinky goes right there. And I hold it like this sometimes, or you can have your thumb in this hole, which is what most people do. Sometimes I'll just hold it like this and then have my thumb go in there. And then when you're cutting hair, that's how you hold it. When you're done cutting hair, you take the thumb out and you palm it like this. So your ring finger and your pinky are still there, and you just hold it in your palm like that so that you can brush hair. You might not remember any of that, or want to do that. That's just how you do it, in case you want to know. And then you can hold your comb like this, and I usually would just switch hands if I'm using the comb, or using this. Don't cut past your second Right here? Yep, that's the farthest you should cut past. So, you cut that, yep.
The whole, all of it?
Nope. Just cut what is in that, yeah.
Was that good?
Yep. So you cut this corner off, you cut this corner off, and then now do this little bottom section and make sure it's all rounded out.
Okay.
When you do this, you gotta make sure you don't lift too far off of the nape of the neck, or else you're just leaving those long hairs. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just like brush it and kind of look for them. Does that make any sense? So sometimes I'll like brush it down like this, and I'll cut while holding it.
While you're brushing it?
Yeah.
So you use your other hand?
It looks pretty good though, honestly.
I think there's like one right here that's... See that?
Yep.
So just...
Yep.
Now what? Is that too long still?
So we're gonna add layers.
Okay. Man, you got too much hair for this.
And this is the point where like you've done the cut, but that you got to make it less bulky. So, gonna brush it down. I'm also gonna kind of check, make sure you didn't miss anything. You kind of take a section like this.
Okay.
So it's like an up and down section. Don't ever do a section like this when you're doing this.
Okay.
Do an up and down section like this. You're gonna take out and skip and then go back through like this. Does that make any sense? Did you see what I did?
Yeah. So you do...
So you take a section.
like 1, 2, 3 like steps, and then you do like the end.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. I just go down like this and then do the ends.
Okay.
Kind of get the ends
Gorge.
off. So it gives it some like layers. Since he has curly hair, he needs layers, or it's going to be flat and it's going to be heavy and it's not going to look curly.
Uh-huh.
So I do it at the edge too. So I just grab a good section. Layer. You don't want to do too much at the very top because then there's going to be like tiny little hairs. So mostly in the middle. Then sometimes I'll take this bottom section and kind of...
This is the only time you'll do the...
Yeah, just because it's at the bottom, it's okay. But like, don't ever do it up here. Don't just take this and just like start hacking away at it.
Yeah.
Just because if it ended up like looking bad, these sections are up and down. This section's always going to lay flat like that. So
Yeah.
you're going to see all how bad you did, you know? So now hopefully this gives it some more volume. If you're feeling like it needs more, go back in and do some more. I'm going to have you do this.
Okay.
I did from like here over. I'm going to do from here over.
Okay.
So I hold it like this with my ring finger in it like that. And that's how I cut it too. I can comb, and then all I do when I go to cut is I flip it down like this and use it like that.
Let's do this thing. Did
So
you already do that as well?
you kind of want your pointer finger to go on the top of the razor once you're cutting. Yep, like that.
Pretty.
So this is about the length that it's supposed to look. Well, I just put my finger in your ear.
Make sure you do that when you're hairstyling. Poke them in the air a couple times.
Yep. So that's what that bottom part looks like. We're just gonna cut the top now.
Man, why do you have another section? I thought we could have been done.
Oh. This section is pretty important
It
too.
looks like a
Let me see that.
explosion. It's just sticking straight up.
I feel like this section usually goes by the fastest in my opinion.
We need Lucy. I'm really bad at videoing because I'm trying to learn as well.
Now his hair is all down. Kind of comb it out a little, make it easier. Oh, you pretty much are going to ignore this bottom section now. So what you do is you take this front piece, pull it straight up. Cut it off.
You look so cool.
Then
I'm in a punk band.
I take this front piece again. I'm going to pull it straight down. I'm going to cut it off again.
Okay, make it prettier.
Yep, and then At that point, you point cut it to make it. This is the point. This was the thing I wasn't going to show you how to do because you cut yourself doing this all the time, but I think I have to.
I'll just be careful and slow.
Yeah. So this is like the length I usually start at. Then I take that and I use that as a guide. And I go back to this next piece. And I cut all that off.
Don't be fooled. The guides are harder than they look.
And then I go to the next piece. And I literally just do that.
Did you only make it? Are you only going to make it pretty on the front one?
Yeah, because the rest of it's going to be up.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, the rest of it's not going to be down. You can see that? You can see that guide?
Yeah. See, it looks so easy. And then you try to look for it. And it's gone.
And then
alfalfa.
do it a lot shorter, but I just want to get most of the bulk off right now.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the guide.
Gorge. Man,
Oh
you
my
have
gosh,
long hair,
my hair is
bud.
really long.
I told him we should straighten it and see how much of a Karen look he has. Because his hair's so long.
It is so long. Okay, I'm gonna have you do from here back.
When was the last time
Okay.
I cut it?
You're gonna use my guide. It's been a while.
I look like that one guy from Greece.
Greasy hair. That's what you got.
Greasy. I think his name is Greasy.
Did I grab a guy?
Well, that is way too much hair going on.
What?
Grab less.
Why? I totally found the guide. You
I know you did, but you're taking too much of the long hair. You don't want to grab too much or it's not gonna cut. You can grab this entire section, you just don't want to grab all of the back section.
Okay. Stab myself in the face. Is that good or is that too much?
It's a little much. That works.
Just. Oh, that's all.
After you did all of it up like that, you're gonna kind of cut it in half.
Part it in half, she means.
Part it in half.
We're not
that's what I
cutting it
mean.
in half.
Yeah. And then you take a section right here,
Fix my crack.
pull it up, and we kind of feel like this is too long, so we're gonna cut more off. Like that. Then grab more hair. Try not to get this back part in it.
She cut our guide.
Then
What's wrong with her?
grab more hair. Until you have all of the hair cut. Should I get this corner that I missed? And then you gotta make sure this front section is even.
You're not rounding it, you're just straight.
I like it to be round. I do not like corners, so over here I cut the corner off, and over here I cut the corner off. So like these pieces this way, I usually end up cutting like shorter like this because I want them to be rounded. I don't want there to be corners. Like that. And then I do the same on this side. So I kind of take it down. You can see like right here, see how long this piece is? That matches the hair when it's straight up, but we want it to kind of be more of a curved. Now his hair comes to like about his eyes. Once it's curly, it'll bounce up. So you don't want to go shorter than that. But now that's all about a good length. So now this whole back section needs to be the same as the front section. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of pick it up like this. And you can see this half is the guide, this half is too long. So you take it like this, and you chop the too long part off to match that front of the guide. And then you take this section down farther and you pull it straight up again. You can see the guide over here matches with this. Cut that off. Grab more hair. Pull it straight up.
Lots of grabbing and cutting.
So now this whole section is all a good length. Make sure you didn't miss any pieces. And then now, from this point on, you can take this section and start going into this section. So I take a little bit up front just to make sure that we're doing good. Take this, a little bit of this section, and you can even take a little bit of this section that you just cut as a second guide. Now you have this guide and you have this guide. You just cut where both those guides meet. And then move back and do the same thing. Grab a little bit of this guide, a little bit of your front guide. So you can see two different guides. And cut that all off like that.
Okay.
And then there's not gonna be anything back here, but I try to make sure, see how there's like a little corner, make sure there's no corners leading into the back of the hair. So now that like half is already cut and already done. So you need to continue on this way. I'm gonna have you do the rest.